Now, earlier today, came across this tweet on Twitter from Marcus Mosher, who's been covering the Dallas Cowboys, but an interesting tweet on big plays created by running backs in 2021. As you can see, Nick Chubb, number 1 overall, 248 touches, 43 big plays, 17.3%. Number 2, Rashad Penny, coming in 1.3% lower than that. You see a little bit further down, Dearness Johnson, just above of Dalvin Cook, in a little bit less than half of those touches, able to get just a little bit higher of a percentage. And right below Dalvin Cook, you see Kareem Hunt there with 13 big plays. And, you know, an interesting look, obviously, Kevin Stefanski's offense, a very run-oriented offense over the last 2 years. And then I came across this other tweet from Tej Seth on Twitter as well with Pro Football Focus, saying the play callers that have added the most in the run game once adjusting for talent on the roster as well as game situation since 2015. Kevin Stefanski, number 2 in the NFL when it comes to that, just behind Greg Roman, obviously offensive coordinator with the Baltimore Ravens, previously with the Buffalo Bills. Now, we bring in G. Bush from 92.3 The Fan, and G. Bush, I wanted to get your insight on this because obviously, look, I'm not saying Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt aren't talented running backs, but, you know, you look at those 3 being high up there, you know, do you think it's a little bit more of a mix of, you know, the Browns have just done well in scouting these great running backs, or do you think that part of it is the scheme from Kevin Stefanski and being able to scheme these guys to be able to hit those big plays?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. I think you do have Kevin Stefanski who does like to run the ball. The cool thing about the Browns is they do a mixture of everything up front. So, you know, they'll do some gap schemes. They'll double team and get up to the next level. They'll pull. They run counter Trey. You know, they get Wyatt Teller out on the edge and he demolishes people. They even run zone. They run stretch. They run so many different variations of run plays. It keeps you off balance a little bit. As a defensive lineman, you know, you don't know what, I don't know if I'm going to try to get reached. I don't know if I'm going to get doubled. Maybe the tight end's going to crack down on me. And so then you run play action off that, and it's very effective. So it keeps your linebackers from flowing downhill. So they do a lot of things. I think they are, and plus they got really good offensive linemen, and they got really a really good offensive line coach in Callahan. So you take a look at what they have up front. They have really good guards in the middle, athletic enough to get on the edge. You know, last year Treader was a guy who was a really solid center. And for the most part, your 2 tackles, Wills and Conklin, they were solid in 2020. They both of them had injuries last year. And, you know, it'll be yet to be seen. I think Wills will come back okay. Conklin, I got a little question mark about. But, you know, they got really good offensive linemen. And then the third thing that really makes the Browns run game really go is the fact that all 3 running backs have a different skill set. Like, you know, but they still all have one thing in common. They all run the ball really hard. They really run. They're decisive in when they make a cut. They don't really do too much dancing in the backfield. It's usually get the ball, one cut, move, get downhill. They can all catch the ball on 3rd down. Dearness Johnson and Kareem Hunt would be a little bit better of a pass catcher, but Nick Chubb, he's a good he has good 3rd down hands as well. So you got 3 different guys who with 3 different skill sets, a good offensive line coach, and a coach that likes to run. Now, here's the thing. You watch all those explosive plays. The only problem I have is there's too many times last year when you did have a quarterback who, you know, is injured and a quarterback that was kind of inaccurate, ineffective. Too many times I see Nick Chubb over there with a coat on. Come on, man. He can't have the coat on. No, he shouldn't. If you getting a big play 17.3% of the time, and you got your other 2 running backs on there at 14 and 10, 11% of the time, every time they touch the ball is a home run. And I need to see more dynamic stuff and creativity with both Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb in the backfield together. If Deshaun Watson is suspended, the way these first games is playing out, they should have about 300, 350 yards apiece in the first 4 games. They should be running the ball, working play action, and they should be good enough to do that.